if the government had played its role, particularly if the government had fulfilled its promises that were made to the people of Uganda to improve transport here on the road by, number one, modernizing the transport sector of railway transport. You remember the government of NRM has ever talked about in a number of manifestos, election manifestos. They made promises that we are going to improve the rail transport system within Kampala city so that people will have modern transport network using railway from Kampala to Namamve, Kampala to Chengera, Kampala, Namamve up to Mukono, Kampala here to Chengera, Kampala here to this road of ours in the northern direction, Kawempe. This has not happened. And yet, promises are very serious things. You promise to people, people give you their trust during elections. They vote for you. They talked about these things in a number of past election campaigns, 2 or 3 times, seasons of elections. And to make things worse, they talked about improving the master plan, the transport master plan for the greater Kampala metropolitan area. And in each of these seasons, these people even put money, apart from the manifestos. First of all, you go to the NRM manifesto of 2016-2021 election, page 286. You will find there, specifically, they talk about this thing. Development of the greater Kampala metropolitan area light railway mass transport system. In order to develop the mass, develop a very nice transport system in line with the Uganda Vision 2040. It is there in that manifesto. Now, if people gave you votes on the basis of that promise, what has happened? Have you fulfilled it today? Where is it? There is nothing. People were duped. If those who voted for you did so on account of that promise of improving the Kampala transport system in the greater Kampala metropolitan area by using this light modernized train system from here to Chengera, from here to the industrial area up to Mukono. Where is it now? It is not there. Again, if you go to the manifesto of NRM for the period 2021-2026, page 128, they talked about this matter again. The greater Kampala metropolitan area light rail system, light railway transport system development, covering Kampala, Mpigi, Wakisho, Mukono. There are plans to expand and improve the service across greater Kampala. Thus, the Kampala Nalukolongo, Bujuko, Kampala Port Bell, and Kampala Namamve passenger service. Again, they talked about it in this manifesto. Now, where is it on the ground? You go to the NRM manifesto 2026-2031, page 107. Contract a light rail mass transport system to reduce traffic congestion and the cost of public transport in the greater Kampala metropolitan area. Reputation of broken promises from time and again. That means deception, lying. Lying and deception is a crime, not only on the earth, but also in heaven. Because the Bible talks against it. The Bible doesn't approve of lying. There are verses in the Bible and the Quran which talks against lying and deception. And in terms of political theory, political science, we go to the side of the social contract. We view this in the context of the social contract. You come for votes, ask for votes, make a promise, people give you the votes, you don't fulfill the promise. You deceive the people. Now, when you see people using survival methods, they use Chigege, they use DC DMC taxis, because the good train is not there. The good buses are not there, which you promise are not there. So why do you punish them? So this action, which is the promise of 100 days, is immoral, It is unethical. It doesn't stand the moral test of time. It doesn't at all. The Minister of Transport should go to the NRM Secretariat, go to the office of the Prime Minister, the leader of government business in Parliament, and ask what has happened to all these things. Now, to make things worse, year after year, financial year after financial year, these people have put money in the budget. I want to give you some few examples here. Uganda shillings 1.5 $1.5 billion in the financial year 2010-11. 1.53, round it to 1.54 in the billion. Also in the financial year 2011-2012. It has kept on appearing 2012, 2011, 2013, 2014, totaling up to 5.35 billion over a period of 4 years. After every year, they put this thing in the budget, but nothing comes to pass. Nothing is done. You see? So the people of Uganda needs to open their eyes. Where is this money in $1 million going? People should ask this question here. So for me, what we need to see is the deception, the lies of the NRM. They provide good plans. You see, members of the press, you look at these good photos of theirs. Look at these good, very, very smart photos. Look at these good photos of very smart railway systems. Some of them are electrical railway systems. The network which is grown in the whole of Kampala. It looks very, very impressive. But when it comes to implementation, zero, there's nothing. All this, go to their documents. There's nothing. So today should be a moment of reflection on the deception of the NRM, the lies of the NRM, which has made it impossible for the people to realize the expected good transport system in Kampala. This matter of the old taxis in dangerous mechanical conditions would have been sorted out automatically. You think the people of Uganda don't like good things? If there are good things, there is a train here. Who is that person who will go and look for a taxi in bad mechanical conditions? No one. And now, if you are forcing the people to go and buy good taxis, look at the cost of buying a new good modern taxi. These good taxis of the modern era, at most, are electronic. These cars are electronic, quote unquote. They have a lot of electronic gadgets. And these cars, which are modern, with a lot of electronics, cannot operate in these bad roads of ours. They cannot. Because these electronic systems do not need water, a lot of water, like this water on our flooded roads of Kampala. You try, drive a new vehicle of model 2025 into a flooded area, like this one, this flood which happened in this area of Chikubo, this area of Nakivubo, and then when you are going towards Kawempe, this boy is flooding, industrial area flooding. You drive one of these vehicles, go into the water. It will not move the next day. Now, at least these old model cars are survivors. They can drive through the water. Tomorrow they will wake up and they will go on the road. So using the old vehicles is also a mechanism of survival on the bad roads. Some of these old vehicles can survive on muddy, watery, and dusty roads more than the new ones. Look at the road network in Kampala. Every year you see like they're trying to work on them, but the progress is not seen. This is where the problem is. Now, Ugandans must also understand why road transport projects are not being completed properly and on time. The problem is corruption. There is a racket of corruption consisting of politicians, high-ranking politicians, ministers, highly influential people, technical people, technocrats, civil servants. beginning from the administrative ones, the PAs, the directors, the commissioners, etc., those ones, then going down to engineers. Those are technical people. Then contractors who do the roads. Then project affected persons, PAPs.